Budget magnetic keyboards have been getting crazier and crazier lately, and this one is the fastest I've tried so far. Yes, it is faster than other magnetic keyboards, triple, even quadruple the price of this thing. Let's go ahead and check it out. Nice, simple, secured packaging. All of the accessories that you will be needing will come with the keyboard. No problems with that. A lot of you have been requesting for me to review this keyboard, and we finally got a unit. First impressions, pretty simple but at the same time unique. Just look at the side profile here and the back of the keyboard. Now I do like the idea where you can manage the cable more, so if you wanted to go through the left, through the middle, but it puts the Type-C position in a way that is not very convenient to access to. Like for example, it's laid down, you cannot just plug it in. No, you gotta lift it up, put it here. Pretty tight space here. Not really a big deal, some might even prefer that. It does have its pros. But yeah, I got the white color here. You can also get it in black. It is made out of plastic, but it still has a pretty okay amount of weight. It does come in around 723 grams, 0.5. It does have double shot PBT keycaps, side see-through, shine-through, as you can see here. Pretty high quality, no problems with that. Then for the switches, this should be hot swappable with other Gateron or TTC-like magnetic switches. These are the Akko Astro Aim magnetic switches. They are pretty stable, minimal wiggle wobble. Closed bottom does look pretty high quality. Here's a little sound test. It does feel pretty smooth. The sounds are also good, decent. No problems with the Astro Aims here, but you can also get this keyboard with the Akko Astro Link magnetic switches, which they actually also send us some, as you saw earlier from the unboxing. So we're definitely going to be checking these guys out as well. But as you saw earlier, we also got some flash magnetic switches. Haven't heard much about these switches, but they are incredibly light, coming in just around 25 GF. You know what, since we're talking about switches already anyways, let's go ahead and unbox these. Pretty cool unboxing here, high quality, just like that. And we also got the flash magnetic switches. Okay, these guys might have a light initial force, but its bounce is amazing. Like, the end force of these flash magnetic switches are higher despite having a lower initial force. Here's a little sound test comparing the three, and let's might as well test the whole keyboard, how it sounds like with these switches. They're all very stable, by the way, all closed bottom. They all sound pretty decent, but for now, I find the Astro Links here the most stable. Not like it's a big difference though, but personally, I also really like how they sound like so far. But yeah, here's the sound test with the keyboard. Now, can totally be personal preference, but for me, it's pretty obvious which was the best sounding. It's these Astro Links. They do stand out from the rest. That's why these switches are the only switches that I did a full keyboard kind of sound test, where I actually switched the whole typing keys here, not just the half. So yeah, again, will definitely be personal preference, but if you want my recommendation, personally, I think the Akko Astro Link magnetic switches are the best option out of these guys. I also really loved how the flash magnetic switches were very light though. So if that's your priority, you might like these guys more. But yeah, enough about the switches. For the keyboard, they also sound pretty decent. You can tell they made some efforts here. I'm pretty sure I do see some lube on the stabilizers there, but not gonna lie, they're not really the best stabilizers. I mean, I'm not complaining, especially for the price of this keyboard, but yeah, these stabilizers, there is a little bit of rattle to them. I mean, you did hear the spacebar earlier and the other keys, but yeah, you can see the efforts here. I also really like the plate here, reflective. The RGB will look bright. I don't really have any complaints or problems with the sound and the quality of the keyboard. keyboard. But okay, now let's go and talk about the specs. Of course, this is a magnetic keyboard. It does have adjustable actuation points. It apparently has a 0.005mm rapid trigger accuracy. Very accurate. It does have 8000 Hz polling rate, 16,000 Hz universal scan rate, and 128 kHz sampling rates. But yeah, we're gonna be testing that out more in Keyboard Inspector as well as my latency testing tool. Other than that, it should also have other features like SOCD, mods up toggle key that we're gonna be checking out more in its software. So without further ado, let's go ahead and plug this in and see its RGB. The RGB is pretty bright and vibrant. I don't really have any problems with it. Okay, why did it turn off? Okay, it's disconnecting here. Okay, it kept disconnecting with my cable. Let's try its own cable here. Yeah, that is more secured. Nice. If you experience your keyboard kind of disconnecting a lot, try using its own cable. Again, no problems with the RGB. Pretty nice, vibrant. You can see through the Keycaps legends. But okay, I have the website where you can buy this keyboard from. It will be first link in the description. Just go to support, Akko downloads, and then go to the online driver here. No need to download anything. Click this download though, and it will bring you to the web driver. We do have live sync mode for Windows, and this is what it does. But yeah, I'll just add the device here, connect, and here we are. I kind of messed with the settings already. I'm not gonna go to too much details in this video on my reasons because I already made a separate video about that. After opening the web software, first we can configure the keys, customize different layers, remap over here, macros, media, disable. We can retrieve current settings. We can also calibrate here, change the actuation point. As you can see, you can go down to as low as 0.005 for the rapid trigger. For the trigger distance, you can go down to as low as 0.1. We can also set dead zones here, but we can also just have 0 if we'd like that. We can set the press and the release. We do have rapid trigger stabilization, false guard, false touch guard, which is like anti-misoperation mode. You can also read this for more information about that. Continuous rapid trigger. Then we also have the advanced tab where we can set DKS mod subtotal key SOCD. I already have A and D on SOCD, as you can see here. We also have other settings where we can change the polling rate. I have mine on 8000. FN settings, we can remap or customize this as well. We have macros, lights. We already have it on max brightness, and if you don't like any of these effects, we do have customize. So, oh wait, this is for the color, my bad. Customization is on the top here. We also have about where we can upgrade the firmware. It's like the IoT driver, and I already have this version installed. So yeah, just do this, then run it after downloading, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the software. No issues, very easy to access. Pretty much all that you will be needing is here. Very easy to set. But okay, now let's go and test this keyboard out in Keyboard Inspector. We did set this to 8000 Hz polling rate, so let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. 8000 Hz polling rate, no problems with that. But okay, now let's go and test this out with my latency testing tool, OSL TTCS. I'm not gonna go into too much details on how this latency testing tool works because I already made a separate video about that. But what it pretty much does is it measures the time between when the keycap comes into contact and when the computer actually receives the signal. So let's do this. And here are the results. 0.694 milliseconds. That is impressive. Wait, that is more responsive than a TMR keyboard I've tested, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the difference is so little that it's not really faster, but looking at the numbers, it is lower by like very few milliseconds. That is amazing, especially for the price of this keyboard. Budget magnetic keyboards are getting crazy performance-wise. This magnetic keyboard does beat other magnetic keyboards double, triple, maybe 4 times the price of this. Like, that is crazy. I mean, not gonna lie though, you're probably not gonna notice any difference unless there's a 5 millisecond difference. So yeah, most of the keyboards here on this list are incredibly fast already. But yeah, looking at the milliseconds, this is impressive. Now, I always give a little disclaimer that these results can still vary. There can be factors that alter the results, but these results should still be very accurate. But yeah, let's go ahead and test this keyboard out more in game, I guess. Flashing right?
Flashing default.
You got sight?
One enemy remaining. Reloading.
What? Wow.
Punch in there, punch in there.
Yeah, I know, but the cipher is mid.
One enemy remaining.
Inside.
Wait, I got a blind. Wait, chill, I'm gonna flash him. Oh, nice one.
Lights. Gun here.
There's one near butts.
There's one in front of bats.
Killed. The portal closed.
Aye!
They're flank, guys.
I think in my.
No, they.
One enemy
Anyone
remaining.
else?
Reyna's there. 3, 2.
Wait. 3, 2. Oh.
One close, one close. I'm holding that.
Killed them.
One enemy remaining.
I flashed the deadlock.
I got that.
I don't have a flash, bro.
One enemy remaining.
Three.
Flawless.
So after playing and testing with the Akko TAC75 HE, here's my experience so far. Now, as you saw from the gameplay and my latency test, definitely won't hold you back when gaming. One of the fastest budget magnetic keyboards or overall magnetic keyboards I've tested so far. Like from my test, it's pretty much on par with CMR keyboards, and CMR keyboards are well known for being crazy fast, so this is pretty impressive. It's very responsive. All of the features worked. As soon as I press the keys, they do actuate, and as soon as I let go, they do deactivate with the rapid trigger feature. I didn't encounter any issues with its features. The SOCD worked. The spacebar also didn't double click even though it's on very sensitive settings, which is impressive, so you don't really have to worry about switching to different profiles. I could use my gaming profile for typing as well. Now, other than gaming, I also had no problems using it for my daily use. Again, it did sound pretty decent. I can't really complain for the price, but if you really want the best experience, sound, feel, I do recommend the Akko Astro Link magnetic switches. Can be personal preference, but personally I think they're a little bit better than the Akko Astro Aims. But it worked like a perfect normal day-to-day daily use magnetic keyboard as well. I do appreciate the keys, the arrow keys, the extra keys, the delete key over here. It's a 75% layout, so most of the keys that I use are here. Amazing gaming magnetic keyboard and daily use keyboard. Now, is it worth it though, and would I recommend it? And I've been praising the price of this keyboard earlier a lot of times already, but how much is it actually? Okay, I don't know what's happening with the prices, but you can get this specific variation, the white, with the Astro Aims for around $53, and then you'll have to pay an additional $9 if you want the Akko Astro Link magnetic switches for the white version here. And I think because there's already a sale going on for the white, that's why you cannot use my discount code. But if we go for the black version, you can get it for around $56 with my discount code MIGSS. That is with the Astro Aims though. If you want it to come with the Astro Links and then the black color, it's gonna be around $66 with my discount code MIGSS. So pretty much same price, not really a huge difference, white or black. And I think the extra $10 is actually worth it for the better switches. Now, if you also have Shopee in your country, you might be able to get this for as low as around $34. Or at least that's what I see from their official Shopee store, Akko, and that is crazy. If you have Shopee, high likely you have this deal. If you're from the Philippines, then probably for sure, because I'm also from the Philippines. I also don't know until when the price will be this low, but I'll be tagging this specific product on this specific store on Shopee on this video, so it will probably pop up on your screen now. But it may be the Shopee price or the $50 plus price, I think it is worth it. Like, did you see the performance? That is amazing. The quality is also pretty decent. Their software is also much better now. I do remember trying an old Akko keyboard from them, HE. They do have a downloadable one, and there are some missing features, but now it's pretty complete and it's also web-based. So yeah, I've had an overall amazing experience. If you're looking for a budget 75% keyboard and you really want that best, good, great performance, then yeah, I would recommend this. I think it is worth it. I'll be putting it first link in the description if you're interested. Again, please use my discount code MIGSS or use my affiliate link in the description, or use both. That would really support me and the channel a lot, and you'll also get some discounts if you use my discount code. But yeah, I also want to give a little disclaimer that this keyboard right here is sent to me by Akko, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review, and as well as the switches, by the way. We kind of did a little switch review earlier. Those are all also my honest opinions and review. But yeah, I hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.